Hey, Tamira here. I clearly am not in my studio. I am at my daughter's and in my grandson's room. So I'm going to do some skincare and we're going to talk about how to make sales online. If you have not seen the post, I recently hit $50,000 in sales with my primary affiliate program. So that's a huge milestone. I'm very proud of it. It speaks a lot to being able to help people, the fact that the products actually work and deliver what they say they're going. Thank you, a warrior mom shaping arrows. Like, I forgot to put the phone in focus. This guy called earlier. It's like, you've got the wrong number. I'm sorry. Calling while I'm live and interrupting my live. Calm down. Woosah. So we're gonna steam. So yeah, 50,000 in sales in about 2 years. Honestly, I should have hit that a while back. But we'll talk about that, right? So what does it take to make sales online? For most people, until you have brand awareness, am I back in? Okay. Yeah, that's because someone was trying to call. It's like, it's the wrong number and you're the wrong time to be calling the wrong number. You understand? So for most people, to make sales online, you definitely need to have an audience, because basically an audience is synonymous with brand recognition, with people knowing who you are, with people knowing that you exist. So you want to develop an audience, and the best way, okay, awesome. The best way to develop that audience is by putting out fabulous content that speaks to that audience, content that that audience can relate to. And the best way to do that is to show up. You got to show up consistently. You got to show up as you, not what you think you need to be online. If you don't drive a Lambo, don't go rent one, right? You've got to show up and be you and do you. By doing that, you're going to attract people to you who are like you. So what do I mean? For example, I'm a 48-year-old grandma of 2. I've got 2 adult children. I live alone, and I live what I think is a fabulous lifestyle of freedom, where I can go out and I've been at my daughter's house for almost 2 weeks now, right? So having this lifestyle and sharing that lifestyle. I also have 30 years now of sales, marketing, and leadership experience. So I come on and I go live and I give tips from my area of expertise. Now, it doesn't have to be something that is aligned with your career. It could be something, if you know underwater basket weaving really well, you can go live and you can talk about underwater basket weaving. It doesn't have to be aligned with your product. It doesn't have to have anything to do with your product or service, depending on the industry that you're in. I will say that, right? You know, for example, if you partner with a skincare affiliate program, you don't necessarily have to talk skincare, but I would recommend that you weave in there you using the products, right? You demoing and using the product and sharing before and afters, but then you still want to have 3 to 4 other buckets of content that you share. So for me, I share about my grandkids a lot, even when I'm not with them. You know, my grandson raises his hand on cue when I say, raise your hand if you've been victimized by a 2-year-old, because we made that real, right? And we've actually got more of them in my drafts. So I share about my grandchildren. I share about my travels when I travel. That was tough during the pandemic. I had to find something to fill in for that, because there really was no travel during that time. So, what are 3 to 4 things that you really enjoy that you would talk about for free, and sharing those. Be of value. How do you be of value? You provide entertainment value. You can provide entertainment value. And I know I've said this in another video recently, that entertainment value does not have to be singing, dancing, lip syncing. Sometimes just adding music to your reel is entertaining for a lot of people, because it might be a trending song, it might be a trending audio. So some sort of educational or entertaining value. I think entertainment is easier for certain personality types than others. For me, education, I've always been a nerd. So that educational value has always been my sweet spot, okay? So I'm going to get on my eliminating polish before it's too late, because that was why I had to leave them early, a few weeks ago, because I told my grandson, Nana has to exfoliate. She's got to exfoliate. So we're going to get some exfoliating going here, and then we'll continue with what you need to make sales online. One of the other things I would say that you need to make sales online is you need people who trust you. So that kind of follows from that audience, right? So how do you build trust with that audience? It's mainly the content that you create. The content that you create and provide is going to provide value. But one of the things that I think is overlooked a lot is conversation, right? You need to be having conversations. The days of just relying on your content to attract people and they want to buy, I won't say they're over, because I think that still happens, and it happens a lot. But here's the thing with that, right? You have to understand how many times a person has to see your message before they are willing to actually take action. Because here's the thing. Most people are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook for entertainment value or social value, right? And so if you are, like me, doing a lot of educational stuff with some entertainment mixed in, and the best is when you can combine the two, what's going to happen is it can take a while before someone watches you and they decide to pull the trigger. So you have to, I see a warrior shaping arrow saying relationships are huge. You have to create the relationships. And so those relationships usually happen online via conversations, right? And now there are different schools of thought on this. Here's what I like to do when I'm building relationships online. I like to provide something of value. I like to provide a free gift of some sort. And I have 2 categories that my gifts tend to fall into. One is in the online marketing space because of my experience and my wealth of knowledge there, or something directly related to my product. You want to offer something free that's going to help move that person along the customer value chain. And I'm not going to get into all of that. Just know that you've got to go through certain steps to get a complete stranger to buy from you online, to become not only a customer, but ascend to an ambassador or a net promoter, or in the case of network marketing and direct sales, to join your team, right? And so you want to build this relationship. And so often what I will do is either someone who's interacted with my content, who's inboxed me or followed me, I will message them and say, hello, I want to thank you for following me. I liked the comment, or something along the lines like, I liked the comment that you left on my post, and strike up the conversation that way. In the case of a brand new follower, I'll just simply like to say, hey, I really appreciate you following me. I don't know where you found me. I would love to hear more about that. I love growing my community of like-minded individuals, whether that be, Black moms, or whether that be young grandmothers, or whatever it is. I like to find what that is that we have in common, and then offer them a gift. Kind of ask a few questions and have a little bit of a conversation so I know what is the right gift to offer them, right? Now, you don't have to have multiples. You can just have one, right? It can just simply be of a free skin quiz, right? So I have set up online a skin quiz where they answer these questions, and then I will send them their personalized regimen. The whole reason for offering this gift is to get their email address, right? My company the affiliate company that I've done $50,000 in sales with, they offer a 20% off for your first time customer. That is a great gift. However, it's not something that you want to offer to someone who just followed you because you haven't qualified them yet, right? You don't know that that is something that they would be interested in. So let's walk through that conversation. So a Warrior Shaping Arrows follows me, and I look at her profile, and hopefully her first name is there. What's your first name, girl? I can't remember. Tell me your first name. I think we're actually partnered with the same company. What's your first name, girl? Tell me your first name, right? And so I'm just going to try and wait for her to tell me her name. What's your name, girl? Say my name. Say my name. No one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. You Lisa. Okay. So I go in her inbox and I say, hey, Lisa, thanks for following me. Were you following me for skincare content, or were you following me for marketing content? You know, you can get straight to the point like that, right? No, it's okay. And then, and she says, I'm following you for skincare content. Awesome. So you've seen all my skincare content about these products. I'm here if you have any questions. By the way, I'd love to offer you a free skin quiz, and no obligation. I can send you a free personalized recommendation because I know a lot of people struggle with knowing which products to order, right? And she's either going to say yes or no. Often what will happen is someone will either in their stories or their posts or underneath my content have a question, right? I've had people have questions about a collagen, and so then we go into the direct messenger and we have a conversation about collagen. And even though that's a product that they take internally, I'm still going to ask them if they want to take the free skin quiz. Because understand that the 20% off, that is a freebie. That is something to entice and pull in new customers. However, remember, not everyone on social media is looking to buy, right? And so that's why having that free skin quiz helps to figure out who wants to buy or who would be interested in what are some of their skin issues. And so having that, and then as we move further down the quote unquote funnel or through the value chain, now I can say, hey, when I send that personalized recommendation, I can say, hey, by the way, you save 20% on your first order, and run down how they can actually turn that 20% into 30%, or the fact that they can actually become a affiliate like myself and get the product at a 25% discount. They don't have to build a team, blah, 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 right? So you can kind of, lay out what the options are. You don't want to throw up on them, though. You don't want to tell them every little single detail, right? You kind of want to baby step it. Which platform do I use for my skin quiz? I use a platform called Jotform because it's integrated with my email autoresponder, which is Aweber. And what I can do for you is I can send you the link to my free marketing webinars on Wednesday, and you can learn how to do all of that. It's really, really easy and inexpensive to do because I like to email my leads. I like to email my customers on a regular basis because that's part of building that relationship, which would be my third thing that you need to build, make 50,000 in sales online, right? You want to have some sort of follow-up. I don't believe in newsletters. I don't do newsletters. I write letters to my leads and to my clients. And I can share the system with you that I've learned how to do all of that over the years. It's not super expensive or anything like that, and it's well worth it. All of the top people in affiliate marketing, all of the top people, the vast majority of the people who are going, because until like 2014, there was a certain level of success in network marketing, right? And it was all done the old way. But since 2014, where so much with affiliate and network marketing is actually done online, we've seen like this exponential growth in what the top is, and it's still unlimited, right? But a lot of those new people, the new money in network marketing, they use systems, they use online automation, they use very simple online automation, very simple funnels. It's nothing that has to be grandiose and very expensive or time consuming or complex to set up. Okay, so you need to have your audience, you need brand name recognition, you need an audience, you need trust, you need that know, like, trust factor. I recommend having some sort of online freebie that you give. And keep in mind too, you don't even have to start with an automated an online skin quiz. It could literally be just having that chat with them, like, well, hey, I'd love to chat with you when you have some time, like 10-15 minutes. We just chat and help you figure out what I can help you with as far as your skin, right? That's still a funnel. Let me tell you, in 2000, because I've been doing this since 2013, different companies, different products, right? And here's what I can tell you. Back in 2013, that company that I was partnered with, which was supposed to be an internet marketing company, they did everything to shy you away from doing things online and collecting leads, right? Because they wanted you to send everybody to their hotel system. But what I literally did was I took what they were doing in the hotel and brought it online, right? That's always been my philosophy. Whatever you do offline, you can turn around and you can do online, right? One of the freebies that I've done, because, the company I was partnered with was not a party plan, but they did believe in in-person events. And so again, those in-person events and the format, the templates for those, I just took it online. And so I would have online beauty classes. And then Facebook started allowing you to create guides in those groups. And so now I've got what's called an evergreen funnel, because I can put in any caption of my now stories, reels, carousels, all those 5-7 different things you can do on Instagram. I can now say a little blurb about either take the free skin quiz, join my free beauty community. In that same beauty community, I can promote it as a beauty class, as a skincare class, as a skincare event where people are going to show up and they're going to learn something specific. I'm now 48, so I talk a lot about maturing skin. Talk about empty nest. I talk about menopause and perimenopause, because that's what I most likely I feel to attract to me, because I am making myself the focus of my branding and my marketing. And these are all things that are relevant to who I am. And so I can offer classes, and I don't even have to be the expert. I have a network of women who are in wellness, not even affiliated with a company. They do wellness coaching, and they do different tests for like your thyroid and your hormones. I can bring those women in and we can collaborate, and then I can still, either I offer my product or I don't. I can do it as a complete value add. But the reason I'm doing that as a value add is because to join that class, to join that event, guess what? You need to give me your email, right? You need to give me your email to get in. That's the only cost of admission, so that now I have leads. And now the next step, if you join that class, is to get you to sign up for the 20% off your first order. And that's good for me, because that locks them into my boutique when they order for the first time. Okay, so I know I've said a lot, but these are the things that, really make a difference when you're trying to make sales online. But I think, hands down, all of that is great, but a person is more likely to convert to either a customer or a partner after they have a conversation with me, a one-on-one conversation. And it does not have to be a lengthy conversation. It usually is. One of two things happen, right? Either they find me on YouTube or TikTok and they followed me all around the social medias because I'm omnipresent. And then they get in my inbox and they might have one or two questions, and I answer those questions. And then it's either a matter of the money or the timing. And sometimes the money and the timing are done and they sign up right then and there. And other times it might take a little bit longer. I've learned to be patient, because I've had people that have told me 2 or 3 times they were ready, and then it was 2 or 3 years later that they actually signed up, right? So I've learned to be patient, and one of the best ways to be patient is by having all of these leads, because you're providing all this value and you're giving all these gifts away, and by giving all these gifts away, you're now getting more leads that you can follow up with through email, through text message, however you want to do it. And once they get in your messenger, you can always, do a keyword search and go back and find them in Messenger and restart the conversation. Often what I do, if someone has kind of fallen through the cracks, I just start re-engaging with their social media again. That's often the best follow-up, is just staying in front of people where they see you, they hear you, but you're not in there begging, buy my product, join my team, join my team. Just let them continue to see you, and then you check in every so often, okay? I can give you a list of books. You can just DM me, and I can give you a list of books where, like, all of this has really expanded my brain and where so much of this comes from. But $50,000 in sales online is very, very easy to do if you're willing to show up consistently and do the work, right? I was talking to someone about this because I used to feel down because I would follow these gurus and implement what they say, and or if you talk to one of them, they act like you're doing something wrong if you're not doing it exactly the way that they tell you to do it. But if you're getting the results, it doesn't matter if you're doing it exactly the way that they tell you to do it. Just do the work, know what got you the results, and keep doing more of that. And keep engaging with your ideal client. Keep engaging with your ideal partner and having conversations with them so you can keep fine-tuning it. And before you know it, you have a well-oiled machine, right? You have a well-oiled machine. And you'll know, like, I know where I'm weak at in my business right now. I know exactly what I'm not having enough conversations because I love creating content. I'll get in these modes where I just want to pump out content, and that's great, but I have to remember, plus I'm very introverted, I have to remember to have the conversations. And so you also have to have a really strong sense of self and knowing what you need to do and figuring out where that gap is and filling that gap, right? You have to be self-coachable, right? Because everybody talks about you need to be coachable. And you do need to be coachable. But my best coach is me, because I know me better than anybody else, and I know what I need to do better than anybody else, right? Because I will be honest with you, I don't do samples. It has a 45-day money-back guarantee, and there's a double-blind clinical study backing the product. There's no need for me to have to sample the product unless a person has very sensitive skin. Then I will do a sample. Otherwise, your best sample is to buy it, right? Your best sample is to buy it. And I've had minimal to no refunds in 2.5 years because people get the product, they love it, and they reorder it. Okay, so I don't do that. I'm not dealing in pamper packs and all that. Now there are people who do that and they have a lot of success. I can tell you though, my observation, the people that come in and what I just celebrated doing, they might do that in a month. They're not doing samples, so I'm gonna just say that. But I will also say that they have a dedicated audience that's loyal to them, that they've developed and curated over time, and that audience really trusts, knows, and likes them. So, and I also had one, so it's easy for me to say that I don't do samples and I'm not doing pamper packs, right? So, there are people who swear by them. I personally think it's a crutch. That's just me, though. And again, one of my mentors from afar says, really, ultimately, you listen to people who have what you want, who are where you want to be, and ultimately, you really need to be able to listen to yourself. A mentor, a coach is never more than just that. A coach or a guide is not their business. It's yours. And I always feel like when somebody wants to follow literally what someone else does or says, it's because they want to give that person the blame when it doesn't work. Right? And it's always worked the best for me when I followed my gut, when I followed my intuition and my knowledge. Because my gut and my intuition, it's not even so much about whether they're going to fail me or not. They're built off of all of this knowledge that I've developed over the years. They're built off of all of this experience I've built over the years, and it's really about being able to trust yourself. And that's a huge part of being able to make $50,000 in sales, is being able to trust in yourself and know that you can't muck it up, right? That it's going to be a learning experience and you're going to figure it out either way, but you've got to take some sort of action. Just sitting and hemming and hawing and finding all the things that could go wrong, and you've just got to say to yourself, but what if it works, right? What if it works? What if I am right? And just know that you are right. You can't mess it up, and all you have to do is just take action. Take action, right? So what else would I say that you need to make? And you can ask me any questions too. What else would I say that you need in order to be able to make $50,000 in sales? Okay, this is important. You need a consumable product that works. You need a consumable product that works, because it's so much easier to get to $50,000 in sales if you don't have to. Okay, so let's make it easy, right? To get to $50,000 in sales, if you sell a product or a collection of products that costs $100, right? That means you need to make 500 sales, right? And so check this out though. It doesn't have to be 500 individual customers. If you have customers that are using a consumable product that works and that they love and are getting results from, they're going to come back and buy. So instead of it being 500 customers, for me, it's literally about 140. Okay? 140 customers buying a product. For me, retail value $119 is how I got there. Okay? And so you need to have a product that is not a buzz. It has to be a product that's in market, that's in demand, and that is consumable, that's going to keep people coming back to buy more, because now you're developing that customer base, and every month you're just building on that with a small amount of new customers. It makes it much, much easier to do and get to your $50,000 in sales. And so that's why my original company had like 2,000 SKUs, over 2,000. I mean, it was probably more like 3,000 or 4,000, I think, SKUs. They had, back when I was partnered with them, in lip products alone, and lip SKUs, which is a stock keeping unit, they had over 176 lip SKUs, right? So for me to try to sell the entire catalog and just focus on, if I just focused on beauty, it was still a good over 1,000 SKUs, right? Or close to it. It was a lot. Because like I said, lips was just was nearly 180, right? And so instead of trying to focus on the entire catalog, and this is where I feel a lot of uplines in the industry fail people, stop trying to sell everything that the company offers. And just because the company has a promotion on something doesn't mean you need to necessarily promote it, okay? Focus on maybe 2 or 3 things, 2 or 3 products, and one at a time. Right? How I got to my leadership rank was mascara and eyeliner, because we were out of our cleanser. Mascara and eyeliner got me to my leadership rank, and from there it was the Cleanse and Renew duo, right? And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your sales goal and you're going to divide it by the retail value of that product of focus, and that's going to tell you how many transactions you have to make to hit that sales goal, right? And I'm be honest with you, my initial sales goal was not 5,000. It was 3,000 so that I could hit leadership rank. Okay? And then you just do that month after month after month. You can, if you know you can hit 3,000 in sales every month, which I'm not saying I did. I did over 3,000 several months. You can then predict at what point you're going to hit 50,000 in sales, right? I was so focused on the process. I was so focused on, this is what I need to do every month. I would look up and be like, oh my God, I'm at almost 25,000 in sales. And then I would tell people, I'm at almost 25,000 in sales, right? And then people would get involved and they'd want me to win. So they would, if they hadn't ordered, they would become a customer because they wanted to support me, right? I let people know, I'm almost at 40,000 in sales, right? And it makes it fun. It makes it interesting. And then people follow you. They want to be aligned with someone who's winning. And it's also social proof, right? It's social proof because it says that If she sold 50,000 of this product, this is not crap. This is the real deal, right? It also speaks to the opportunity to be an affiliate, to become a partner. And if you want to build a team, it literally speaks to that, because that's just my sales. That's not my team. That's my sales. That's not my quote unquote company sales. My individual team, sometimes people call that their company, right? It's not everyone. That's literally just me. So if little old me by myself did 50,000 in sales, what does that say about the product, right? And that's why I like to tell people I've only had 2 returns, and honestly one of them really wasn't even legit. She just didn't want to pay for the product and was too lazy to cancel her auto ship, her auto replenishment, so she went back and disputed it. And the other one was something going on in that person's life, so they had to return it because they had adult things they had to pay for, right? It really had nothing to do with the product. And so when you share these things, that becomes social proof, and it also gets people engaged, and you can really begin to find out who is, not only supporting you, but who would, likely make good team members. I'm going to tell you the other thing that you need. A good portion of my sales comes from referrals, and that is a byproduct of having a consumable product that people use, love, and get results from. They are more than happy to tell their friends and family. And so when that happens, what I do, because it literally just happened yesterday, hey, this person lives in the same town as you. By chance, did you refer someone? And they say the name, and then I say, yeah, that's who. They referred somebody, so I'm going to send her a nice thank you, right? But she refers because she's referred multiple people because she loves the product and people want to support you, right? You have to believe that. As long as you believe the hype that your friends and family won't support you, you won't get the support you need from the community at large, okay? And to get that support from the community at large, you need to be putting out content that's entertaining and of value. And instead of trying to sell every single thing and launch everything that a company offers, stay in your lane. Figure out your things that are attractive, that you're having the most success with. Because here's what I'll tell you. I have not jumped on every single thing that the company launches, but I still make sales in those areas. And that's the great thing about the company offering that 20% off, because they're also following up. They're also emailing. Oh, am I out of serum? I'm not home. Oh, I think I'm out of serum. Oh, I'm so sad. So sad. Well, I'll put on some eye cream. And so what'll happen is, because they're subscribed, right? If you follow the compensation plan, you follow, a good upline, you'll know what behaviors you need to do, right? And one of those is to get people subscribed. That's a trade-off. Remember, the company wants their email for that 20% off, okay? And so that gives the company their email and their text message. So when the company has new products launching and sending out that email, people buy it, right? And they also get notified of specials, right? And like the referral yesterday, we had a special for National Pina Colada Day. And so because of that, my existing customer said, hey, just so you know, and the order was made for 2 bags of the hydrate, right? So I don't have to really be aggressive and actively promote, because sometimes that turns people off. If you just stick to what it is that you know, and then as you're having conversations, you've developed relationships with your customers, so you know what they like, you know what they're interested in, you know what you've talked to them about before. Now it's really easy. You follow up with them. I tell my team all the time, when we're running these promotions, where if you bring in new people, you're going to have a really hard time finding someone brand new on the internet or anywhere and talking to them one time. The odds are just against you that they're going to join. the best way to make use of those, the best way to have success with those promotions is if you have a steady stream of people that you've talked to before, and you can go back and follow up and let them know, hey, if you've thought about it, not only can we transform your life, you can get this extra gift by doing it now. You can save some extra money by doing it now. Okay? So I feel like I've talked enough. We're just going to get my oil on. So $50,000 in sales. Let me tell you, okay? Yes, I had 30 years of, over 20 years of sales, marketing, and leadership experience when I started. However, I had never done it online, so I had to learn the online piece, okay? And so for this go round with this affiliate program, I also was under a no compete, so I couldn't actively promote on social media for like the first 6 months. I was pretty much confined to a Facebook group, so I had to figure out how to make it work for me. I had been a trainer, so I did have that for credibility. I had been a leader and had success in my previous company, but I had to be very careful. I could not just market to those old customers because of the contract that I had signed when I was a trainer for them. So I couldn't just, go out and say, hey, you were my previous customer, you bought this and now buy this. I couldn't do that. So I had to start from scratch, and I still have been able to get to $50,000 in sales, and I believe you can too. I 100% believe you can too. It's really just a matter of if you believe you can or not, but it's entirely up to you to change your mind if you don't believe it, because it's completely possible to you. I've seen with this compensation plan and this opportunity, people that I knew from a previous life who never really sold much of anything, now at like 20, 30,000 in lifetime sales. Okay, so you can totally do it. It's going to take mindset. It's going to take having a good leader, a great leader and coach to really kind of show you the ropes. Proven system. We have that in our team group. We've got scripts. We've got tons and tons of video training on top of what the company has. And so it's literally up to you as an individual, and you really have nothing to lose. It's not about going out and buy my product, join my team. It's what value are you providing? Are you educating people? Are you helping people know the product, how to use the product, how to get the most out of the product? You're not going to become a skincare expert. You're going to become a product expert, and that's again why you're not here to sell the entire catalog. You're not here to sell everything that the company offers. I don't care if it's one product. If it's the night cream, I don't care if it's a box set of masks, whatever it is, master that product and just demo it over and over and over and back it up with the social proof, and you will win. My inbox is always open with questions. I do take a limited number of coaching clients, and my team has an infinite number of seats, though I don't like to bring on too many at one time because that can be a whole other challenge, and I like to give people the best experience as possible. So right now we do have an incredible offer of a free body polish, a free lemon sugar body polish when you join, and that is a $68 value, and that's on all kits, I believe, starting at $19 and up. The best kit, the most popular kit that people register with is the $300 platinum kit, I believe it's called. And so yeah, that's what I recommend. And if you have any questions about getting launched and becoming an affiliate, just comment below on this video, or message me, and I can definitely help you get started. That free body polish, because sometimes these videos get in rotation, is only good through the end of the month. You'll also get 1,000 points for our Cancun trip, which is in early November. So I'm running for Cancun, so I'm looking for new customers and as well new partners. So that is it. I will chat with you later. Bye.